People do not request lights for this car very often. These are the NB Miata taillights. This customer saw what we did with the NA Miata taillights and wanted the same thing, and we made it happen. It is always a little weird working with a new car because you don't know how the taillight is on the inside or anything, so we had to kind of cut and move things around, but it came out looking really good. The parking lights are my favorite. Of course, they still have all the normal functions, like this is your reverse light, brake light, and of course, we had to do sequential turn signal. How to build a Lumisthetic taillight. So step one is to buy from their website. It'll come in a kit kind of like this, where you have the boards, the LEDs, and the resistors. These are the tools you'll need: a soldering iron, solder, and some snips. First thing you want to do is get your LEDs. I'm going to show you how we put these in. You're going to push them into the holes like that. And I like to use a screwdriver and push them down a little bit more. You don't want to do too much pressure because you can snap the board or you can break an LED. With the LEDs in, we need to make these shorter. I like to use these. I get them from AutoZone. They're really cheap. And you make them shorter so that whenever the install is done, it's very clean. Next up, we're going to fold the terminals over so that they connect to each other. And we need to add a resistor right there. Resistor is on. Now I got to solder it. Soldered and trimmed. Now we can test it. And it works. Now we just have to do that for all of that and all of that. And all. Time to cut through that lens. So normally I would use a circle saw like this because, well, you know, fits perfectly. But I broke the bit that goes right through there. So I just marked it by hand and I'm going to cut it with the ultrasonic cutter. This was taking too long. Switching to this. So Home Depot makes a tool for that. It's called the Pro Sharp Sharpener. It's designed to go on your impact. It makes sharpening your pencils super quick. But it's also really satisfying to run it all the way down. Total waste though. Lumisthetic is changing the game. Geo came up with this design and Lumisthetic made it real. That's insane. I know that this is just a render, but we're gonna see the real thing really soon. And I can't wait. This Mustang is missing one thing to be absolutely perfect. It's already got the headlights, so you already know where I'm going with it. It's already got Euros, just need to add my LED. So those are almost done. What you're seeing on right now is actually just the parking light. Gotta add another strip for the brake light and the turn signals. Because even though it's on and you can tell, if this was the middle of the day, it would be really hard to see. So we've got these side emitting red LEDs that we're installing like this to fire at the top mirror. That's gonna make the brake light and the turn signal much brighter so you can see it during the day. I've always done the turn signal on these a very specific way, and Garrett came up with a really cool idea. I've always done the turn signal like this, so that it starts on the inside and goes outside. But Garrett suggested this, so that it flows with the heart, and we ran it by the customer. She likes it, so we're gonna change it up this time. I can't decide which one I like better. They're both pretty cool. Hey, getting a lot of comments about this recently. No, they're not legal. This is probably a 2 out of 10 illegal. The reflectors are blacked out, so some cops may not like that. They might say something, most probably won't. Okay, we're stepping up a little bit. It kind of looks like your hazards are on. It's all the right colors, you know, you got red and amber and a little bit of yellow in there, but you know, still might say something if you're just cruising down the road like this. Now we're looking at an 8. Definitely gonna get a ticket. Potential impound depending on how cool the cop is. And here we have prison. I want to show you how to do infinity mirror lights. This is what you're gonna need: one regular mirror and a 2-way or 1-way mirror. It's the same thing. You can see the difference there. You can see the light on this side, but not on this side. And you'll need an LED. I'm using a halo in this case. What you're gonna do is take your regular mirror and you're gonna put your LED halo on top of that. Then take your 1-way mirror and set it on top of that. It doesn't really matter which way you go with it. You can tell which side the film is on by looking at the edges of the mirror. I prefer to have the film facing down, so I'm gonna set it like that, and then turn it on, and that's your infinity mirror effect. The problem with using these on your car as your brake lights is that it's really, really hard to see these during the day. It's like tinting your taillights with the darkest tint you can find. It does look good though.